because Plinqx does interact with your system, we need to give it access to your system. So it will come up eventually saying it's taking a little bit long. Just click the done button. That will continue in the background itself. And once it's done, if we go into Salesforce setup, and you just go and type in installed packages, this is normally where we would go and see all the packages that's been installed. You will see the Plinqx package within that screen itself and the most recent version. So we see that my version has been upgraded from 1.20 to 1.21. Now that the package is installed, you can go, because I'm an admin, from the app launcher. Yeah, I call it the hamburger. You can go and type in the app name Plinqx, and then that would take you through to the Plinqx package itself. So it'll give you a little bit of the UI, the publisher, this design studio, transactions monitoring, and if you had some APIs already configured within the system itself. Before we go there, we're just going to do the other pre-configuration steps. Mine's already configured because it was already installed. We will also send you the documentation of this, so don't stress. But you need to go and set up an authenticated user. So because we interact with the Salesforce metadata, we need to allow the Plinqx package to do that. So from the setup menu, you will go in and sorry, if I can start typing, this is normally when my stage fright kicks in. We'll go into Oauth providers, and then within Oauth providers, Plinqx would be there. So that's the one that's installed into your package or within your org. If you click on that, that will give you the details behind where do you need to put the callback URL. So callback URL is, we've all seen if you click login with Gmail, for example, on an online app, it will pop up with the Gmail, enter your username and password. You click authenticate. That then, once it's authenticated, you will call back into a system. So it just puts you back into the stage where you were before, so you can continue in that application. So this is the important part. So come and grab this from the authentication provider. Once you've done that, we need to go and create a, there's already an external client application created. So, which is the Plinqx admin one. So in the Salesforce terms is, in Salesforce terms, an external client application. So this is all part of the security pieces. So we've got the callback URL now. So that's where we get authorization, authoritative step. So this is not authorization, this is part of authentication. So within the Plinqx admin app, so you click that, open that up, and then we'll go into the edit button. Sorry, stage fright. So within edit itself, the first page, we don't have to do much. Once you've done one, at this level, you can set security policies, but then also come in and set the specific settings. So who owns this application, who's the contact within your system, the OAuth settings. So here's that callback URL that I said earlier that we need to put in. We then also need to make sure that manage user data and APIs. So this is our OAuth scopes, the web browser. So we need that for deployment, full access because I'm a system admin, and then perform requests like a refresh token. So let's say when my authentication expires, the application can, on my behalf, request a new token. Then we are going to use the device authentication flow, so enable that, and then have the secret and the refresh token flow enabled. Once we save that, then it will take a few minutes just to refresh itself and in the cache within Salesforce. You can continue, you don't have to wait. But then we go through the consumer key and secret. And we need to go into the consumer key. So normally that would send you a OTP or if you have configured your MFA application. So set that in, because we do need the consumer key and a consumer secret. So copy those, put them somewhere else. We're not going to need them always, but then once you've copied those, if we go back to auth providers, basically you can directly go into edit. You need to put them in here, those two keys, because that basically says you've got the keys on to come in through the front door. So you've got authorization. Now, with that said, we also need to create a named credential. So named credentials is where the security comes in, is when you do call me, if you're coming to Salesforce, whether you're SAP, whether you're Plinqx, whether you're anybody else, when you do call me, you must authenticate. And the way that you authenticate is using the following methods. So you've got to authenticate, you're going to call into me. So when you do call, this is my address that you're calling. So that's just the base URL that we would have got. I'll just paste it in there. I'm not going to save it, but we got this from the callback URL. So it's just that first bit that goes in there. Enable these settings. And then if this is not there, put in Plinqx v2. It should be there, but if it's not, put that in there. Sometimes Salesforce just goes. And this is basically just saying that allow Plinqx to use this. It's just part of that Salesforce security requirements. Within this as well, you can click around if you want to. So the next step of that would be is that we'll go into the authentication provider, the named credential piece. Click edit over there, give it a name. It's Oauth 2. We're using the browser flow. We're using refresh token and full is the scope. And remember that auth provider we did earlier, it will appear here in the list. So just click that, click save, and you're done.